Hey third graders, it's Mr. Roney from Citizenship Academy, and today we're going to be practicing word problems. Now, most of these word problems that you guys are going to get today are going to be 2 steps. So this makes our read, draw, and write strategy even more important than ever because we have to make sure that we're drawing pictures to represent what our thinking is on our mind. That helps you kind of keep your own math straight in your head, and it also helps your teachers figure out how you're thinking. So we've got 2 parts to this lesson. For the first one, we're going to skip count a little bit by 6s, which is a pretty tricky number to skip count by, but I think you guys can do it. And then the second part is we're going to do a practice problem together where we're going to read the problem, draw a picture, and write the answer. And then you have a few practice problems to do on the Google form on your own. Now, if you do this problem with me, you'll already have one of those 5 problems done because basically I'm going to use one of the problems from your homework on a problem that we're going to do together. Okay, so pay attention. Give me some good 7 to 8 minutes of focus here, and we'll get started. Let's go. So here we are, skip counting by 6s. Now, you might have done this once or twice before, and if you have, great, it'll help you. If not, don't worry because I have all of the numbers written out already for us. So all we're going to do is practice saying these together. We're going to start at 6 and go all the way to 60. So when I point at the number, you're going to say the number with me. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60. And then we're going to go backwards. 60, 54, 48, 42, 36, 30, 24, 18, 12, and 6. Now, that's pretty fun, and it'd be fun to try to memorize. I think I've got these memorized, and I think you guys could do that too. It's just going to take a few practice repetitions. So if you want to keep practicing, rewind the video and just go again and again and again. And so that's going to be your homework for today. Try to practice skip counting by those 6s and see how high you can get memorized. I bet you can get at least 2 or 3 or 4 of these numbers memorized in a row, and that's going to help you multiply by 6s. Now, I also want to talk about what skip counting really is. It's basically just adding really fast in our head. So 6 is going to be 1 6. I'm going to move my face out of the way. The number 12, really, that just means 2 6s. The number 18 really means 3 6s. 24 is 4 6s. 30 is 5 6s. All the way up to 60 is 10 6s. So that's just another way to think about what skip counting really means. Now, enough with skip counting. Let's go put our skills to the test with a word problem where we're going to use the read, draw, and write strategy. If you don't have something to write on with yet, get something to write with and something to write on, and we're going to draw these pictures together. Okay, so here's our problem for the day, and it's about fruit snacks. I actually really like fruit snacks, so this is going to be a fun problem for me, and hopefully I can do this without getting too hungry for fruit snacks. Let's read it together. 20 packs of fruit snacks come in a box. Each pack weighs 6 ounces. Remember, an ounce is something that we use to weigh something. Students eat some. Then there are 48 ounces of fruit snacks left in the box. How many ounces of fruit snacks did the students eat? As usual, what we're going to do is we're going to circle the important numbers to this problem. So we know 20 packs of fruit snacks come in a box. Each pack weighs 6 ounces. Students eat some. That's not a number. There are 48 ounces of fruit snacks left in the box. And then the question, which is the most important part of a word problem, figuring out what we actually have to figure out, is how many ounces of fruit snacks did the students eat? Okay. It's a lot of information. This is why we draw pictures to make it a little bit easier. So the first picture I'm going to draw is a number bond. Now, as you guys know, in a number bond, the number at the top breaks down into smaller numbers at the bottom. So the 2 numbers at the bottom have to equal the same thing as the number at the top. So one of our bottom numbers is going to be 48 because there are 48 ounces left in the box. this top number, which is the number we're going to start with, is the number of ounces in a box. So we're just going to let's put this, and we'll represent that with a letter O. You know, actually, I'm going to actually write this out so we don't forget what that letter means. So we're going to call that top number, ounces in the box. So this is going to be the big number of ounces that the box weighs to start with before the students started eating all of it. So the total ounces in a box are going to go right there in that top number bond. I hope you guys are drawing this along with me. And then on the bottom, we have 48 ounces left, which means that the last number in our number bond is whatever the students ate. So again, I'm going to say what this represents. The number of ounces these students ate. Okay. So even though we didn't do any math yet, this picture is really going to help us think about this problem. So this is the part of the number bond that we really want to solve for, because we want to know how many ounces of fruit snacks did the students eat. We want to figure out how much they ate. Okay? So before we get to this, we got to figure out what the top number in the number bond is, which means we got to figure out the total number of ounces in the box. And for this, we're going to draw another picture, and we're going to use a tape diagram. So in our tape diagram, we will have a number on top, and then, which is going to be a question mark. That's the number we're trying to figure out. And then we got to figure out how many packs come in the box. So 20 packs come in the box. So this is going to be a lot of dividing here, but basically you want to draw 20 boxes down below. So I'm going to divide it up in half, and then I'm going to do 10 on each side. 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, 5 boxes, 6 boxes, 7 boxes, 8 boxes, 9 boxes, 10 boxes, and then I'm going to do 10 on the other side. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 boxes here on the bottom, and each box is going to weigh 6 ounces. So each box is going to have a 6 inside it. Okay? Now, if you don't want to write all of those 6s out, I understand. That's a lot of 6s, but still, it's going to help us visualize how to think about this problem. So this total number is going to be 6 plus 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 6, 20 times. Now, luckily, you and I just practiced skip counting, and we can go look back in our chart to make this problem a little bit easier. So really, what we have to do is we have to do 6 times 20. We have 20 groups of 6. So let's see if we can figure out a shortcut to figure out what 6 times 20 would be. Let's go back to our skip counting chart. So remember, at the beginning of this lesson, we figured out that 10 6s is the same thing as 60, which means 20 6s would be double 60, because 20 is twice as many as 10. So if we take 10 6s and we double it, we get 60 plus 60, which, if we do that real quick over here, 60 plus 60, is actually not that difficult of a math problem. Let's line it up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 6, I'm going to start at 6 and count on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 60 plus 60 is 120. All right? Let's go back to our problem and see how this problem helps us out. So we actually just figured out that 6 times 20 is just 2 times 60, or 60 plus 60. And we figured out that that was 120. So instead of adding 6 all of those different times, we can kind of use our skip counting shortcuts to make this easier. So that question mark there on top is no longer a question mark. That question mark now equals 120. For some reason, I cannot get rid of the question mark. There we go. So the box started with 120 ounces. Lord. Okay, so we know that there are 120 ounces in the box to start with. So we're going to change this ounces in a box to 120. We already know that. Now, my friends, we have a much easier problem. So 48 plus something equals 120. We can also do this another way. We can say 120 ounces minus 48, which is what we have left, will tell us how many ounces the students ate. So let's set that one up. 128 minus 48 will give us this number. 120 minus 48. Make sure you line it up top to bottom and always start in the ones place. 0 minus 8. Cannot do that. We got to go next door. We're going to take this 2 in the tens place and we're going to turn this into a 1. Then we're going to add that 1 that we took from the tens place and turn this 0 into a 10. So now we have 10 minus 8. That's not that bad. 10 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 fingers left. 10 minus 8 is 2. Then we have 1 minus 4. Oh, we cannot do that. We got to go next door again. So we're going to go to the hundreds place, turn that 1 into a 0, and we're going to take that 1 and turn it into an 11. We have 11 minus 4. 11 take away 4. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. And then we find out that the students must have eaten 72 ounces of snacks. And we can check this just to make sure. If we did this right, we will know. If we did this number bond correct, 72 plus 48 should equal 120. So 72 plus 48, and I'm just doing this to double check our work. 72 plus 48. Wow, that is so messy. 2 plus 8 is 10. Put a 1 down, or put a 0 down, carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. Then add 4 more. 9, 10, 11, 12. 48 plus 72 absolutely does equal 120, which means this number bond works out perfectly. We solved the problem. So the students ate 72 ounces of fruit snacks. Hungry students. Okay. And then I'm always going to circle my answer because whoever's coming to check my work will know exactly where to look for my answer. That one took a little bit longer than I thought, but that's what happens when we draw pictures, you guys. We got to make sure that we draw the pictures right. We really take our time and go slowly, and we use all the shortcuts and tricks that we can. But also double check our work at the end. So I had a fun time doing that with you guys. Now head on to that Google form and try some of those extra problems out, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for more read, draw, and write. Have a wonderful rest of your day.